Okay, testing, testing. Everybody here? Everybody have a seat, or unless you want to stand. If you don't have a refreshment yet, now would be a good time to grab one. Totally complimentary. I'm ZZZ. I'm the lead developer of this project, and I am not the guy that organized this whole thing. That was Hot Tuna, who's out there. Hot Tuna, come in and wave. Good job, Hot Tuna. And with a lot of help of people that are wearing yellow shirts here. Most of them helped out. Some of them stole their shirts, I think. But thank you all for coming. I want to start out by doing a little marketing survey, trying to figure out how people got here. How many people found out about this inside I2P? They're already using I2P, and that's how they found out. Okay, how many people found out from Hack Lab or from Toronto Crypto? Wow, that's great. How many people found out on Twitter? Just a few. Okay, so I guess we have Hack Lab and Toronto Crypto people to thank for bringing in the crowd. That's great. How many people are from the Toronto area? How many people came from out of town? How many people got on planes to get here? Just a few. Great. Okay, well, our special appreciation to the people who got on planes. Here's our schedule for today. As you can see, Lance James had to cancel. He will not be here. He will be on Skype tomorrow briefly to say hi, but he had an emergency and was not able to make it here, and he sends his regrets. But we will hopefully get to see his face on Skype tomorrow. We're going to start with Nick Johnston, then I'm going to give a talk. Then we're going to, in Lance's place, we're going to do a roundtable discussion. There's a few of the ideas that we have of things we can talk about. If you have other ideas of things that you want to discuss or bring up or ask questions about, start thinking now. And then we're going to have the crypto party. It's run by Darknet J of Toronto Crypto. Here's an overview of tomorrow. Tomorrow was going to be more technical than today, but if you were here today, you should be able to handle tomorrow, no problem. If you're not here today, you might have troubles tomorrow, but then you're not here to listen to me tell you that. So that's the rough schedule for tomorrow. So I'd like to give you an overview of how this came together. We were at CCC in December in Hamburg, and most of the time, my favorite part of CCC is sitting around the table, answering questions and talking to the other I2P people. Going to the big talks in the big rooms with 5,000 people in them is not so interesting to me. And so we really just wanted to get together and talk. And then we thought, well, where could we do this? And what we really found is just a big community of crypto people, of I2P people in Toronto, and that's why we're here in Toronto, because of Toronto Crypto, because of Hack Lab TO. We thought, well, we're going to get everybody together. We ought to do some presentations. And the way we did that is we asked the people that we wanted to be here. We asked them if they'd come give a talk, and all of them said yes. We did not have a big committee of people reviewing submissions. We didn't have a call for paper. We didn't have a review committee. So this is just people we trust, people that we want to hear what they're doing, what they have to say. And we're very excited about that. I'd like to introduce some of the people that are here from the I2P side. We got Kill Your TV over there. He runs a lot of our services. Who else? We got Jeff, who is in charge of starting things and doing all sorts of stuff. Echelon in the back there is our money guy. He's the one that's paying for all this. He also runs a lot of our services. Who else? Anybody I'm missing? So thank you all for coming. I do want to discuss donations. This event is primarily being funded by I2P and by people like you that donated to us. We'd appreciate it if you would pay it forward and donate. There's the jar there. Everything here today is completely free. We're not charging for anything. If you can afford to chip in a little bit, we'd appreciate it. Once we cover a few expenses, we are going to split the proceeds 3 ways with I2P, Hack Lab, and Toronto Crypto. And so to get started, I'd like to bring up Nicholas from Hack Lab to both tell you a little bit about this wonderful facility and his organization, and also to give us a couple of rules and regulations about how to treat this great facility nicely. So here's Nick.
This is actually working.
Good job.
Awesome. Hello, my name is Nicholas. Some of you will know me on Twitter as Chlorelium, and I'm going to see if I can actually get this mic to stick to me. I might not. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Yeah, so welcome to Hack Lab Toronto. This is the first time we've actually held a sort of conference like this here. And we have quite a few more signups than there are people in the room, so there will probably be some people streaming in. It's a pleasure to be able to host this. Jay originally approached me and said, hey, the I2P guys want to do some sort of a meetup. It's going to be small, and can they use the classroom? Is that cool? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And then it kind of like ballooned into this, And so we're really happy to be able to host this. Just going to talk about a few things about sort of Hack Lab and some of the rules for this space. So we're a member-run organization. Hands up again, people who are from Toronto area. Just how many of you? Awesome. If you like the stuff you see around here, we have obviously this classroom for doing events. We have a full wood and metal shop. We have a ham shack. We have general electronic stuff. There's a chemical darkroom in the back, which I need to close. We also have a do-it-yourself biology area for making mutant viruses that'll take over the world. We've got a whole bunch of really cool stuff here. Membership is $50 a month. It's 24 hours access. You get access to a really great community. If any of you are interested in the stuff that you see here today, you should totally come to our open house nights on Tuesdays. They started about 5:30 or 6 p.m., and you should hang out with us, and you should consider joining. So just a couple of things about the lab space. We essentially have free run of the lab. A few places are closed off. The DIY bio area in the back, please don't go in there. Most of everything in there is safe, but if you knock something over, you can make a mess. Someone is growing algae in there as well, which is I don't want to touch that. The darkroom in the back does have a few chemicals which could potentially probably not kill you, but definitely be noxious. Please don't go in there unless you're being given a tour by a member, which actually, do we have? There's me, and then I think I'm the only member in the room right now. I think Gary was out there somewhere, but anyway. We have a members lounge. That's where the ham shack is. That door is actually locked. Please don't go in there. A few people have put some valuables in there, which I probably shouldn't have told you. That's excellent OPSEC on my part. Anyway, the door is locked, and I'll rely on that. And also people's honesty or something like that. The space, there are a couple of signs up around that you'll probably see, like this one over here. Photography is cool as long as everybody in it consents. This is a long-standing Hack Lab rule for a few reasons. We have some people who, are escaping creepy stalking exes and don't want their photo on the internet, or there are people who, for various reasons, just don't want to be found. Please respect that. If you do want to take a photo of something, if anybody's going to be in the shot, just be like, hey, is everybody okay with a picture? Otherwise, it's fine. If it's of objects or the screen or something like that and no people are in it, totally fine. Couple of other things. This crowd I know is definitely into computer security and whatnot. If you have some super sweet O-days, and you're I'm totally going to break them out and root some people's laptops, please don't do that here, or at least not without consent. Yes, we do have guest wireless. It's the Hack Lab guest network. Keep in mind, that is not secure. Obviously, if your computer is connected to that network, it could be scanned or probed or what have you. Please don't do anything overtly illegal on that network. I don't think you can torrent things. We have that tweaked, but just treat that network nicely. I'm trying to think of other things, and actually, I think that's pretty much it. But I hope you all have a good time. One other thing. We are having a crypto party later, starting at, actually two things. So a little while ago, Panago Pizza approached us and was like, hey, so we have this like campaign going on right now called Random Acts of Pizza, where we just like drop off a whole bunch of pizza at like random places, and then they like tweeted us a little bit in exchange for free pizza. Is HackLab interested in this sort of thing? And I'm like, well, it's funny you mentioned that because we have this conference coming up. It's called I2P Con. It's about like encryption and digital privacy and whatnot. Do you want to like drop off pizza for like 75 people for that? And they're like, yeah, okay. Well, we'll go and get corporate approval for that. I'm like, yeah, that's never going to happen. So they know what Crypto Party is, and they know what I2P is, and they came back and they're like, we're dropping off pizza for 75 people for your Crypto Party. So if you decide you want to, can I see the I2P, can somebody hold up the I2P mask that's on the bar? There's an I2P, yeah, there. So if people want to like, and I think we have another one of those. So we have one of those, and if people want to like hold that up in front of their face when the crypto party starts with like a slice of pizza and be like at I2P Con, eating Panago pizza, like hashtag random acts of pizza, hashtag jet fuel can't melt steel beams. You should totally do that because I'm not sure Panago, don't alienate them, but I don't think Panago really knows what they got themselves into. So, that's pretty cool that, I don't know, we got corporate sponsorship or something. Either they don't know what they got themselves into or they do, and actually they support this project, which is awesome. Or they're CSIS, and you'll end up with nanobots in your body after eating the pizza. So, I got infected by nanobots at I2P Con at HackLab, and all I got was this stupid shirt. There's that, and one last thing. Oh, yeah. Is there anyone in the audience from either the government or any law enforcement agencies? Put your hand up now. Yeah! Okay, we got two in the back. Okay, sure. But, yeah, not law enforcement. So other than you two, who I know are messing with me, at least one of you is a liar. Because, it's Crypto Wars 2.0 right now. The various government agencies are very interested in this sort of thing. One of you is probably a government plant. That's totally okay. Welcome to HackLab. We're glad you're here. If you screw up and we find out you are from law enforcement agencies, we will mercilessly tease you for your lack of OPSEC. But otherwise, we hope that you learn some things here too, and maybe if this is the sort of thing you're interested in, maybe you can help us learn some things as well. So anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Be excellent to each other.
Your notes say press and refreshments.
That's my note.
Yes, press and refreshments. Okay. Is there anyone here who is on assignment from? Thank you for that. From any magazines or newspapers or anything like that? You are awesome. You're not on assignment. Oh, nice. Okay. If you're talking to people for research and that sort of thing, please just let them know that hey, this might end up in a thesis somewhere or as part of an article. And HackLab has a long-standing policy of if you're actually doing research for a specific article or news item, I think we have press badges somewhere, which we usually give to people. But if it's going to be unattributed, sort of you're interested in what the community is like, then that's less, I don't know, the be nice. Yeah, let people know. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Awesome. Sorry, you had your hand up.
I just do a little neighborhood zine.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. No, if you're going to quote someone, please be like, hey, I'm doing an article, and that's pretty much it. Just, again, be nice. It would be really shitty if somebody found themselves quoted in, like the Toronto Sun, and as being like, crypto anarchist Nicholas Dodd says, "Fuck the government." Like, I don't really like. I mean, yeah, but but like I'm usually nicer than that. So, and also refreshments. We do have alcohol here, which is courtesy of I2P. Which is super awesome. Please drink responsibly. Is there anybody here who is under the age of 19? Hands up. Anyone? You are awesome, and you are awesome. You can do that. I actually wasn't going to do that, but you can do that. Please don't drink. The space. So here's how this is set up. I applied for a special occasion permit, which allows us to serve alcohol for free here. If the cops come in and they have every right to do that, to inspect our permit essentially and our compliance with it, if they come in and find things like drunk people or underage drinking or that sort of thing, Hack Lab doesn't get in trouble. I get in trouble. The fines for that are many, many, many thousands of dollars, and I am so damn poor. So, please, for the love of God, if you're underage, don't drink. And if you're feeling a bit tipsy, it's time to stop. I am going to be standing at the bar, sort of controlling flow of alcohol. If I think you're drunk, I'm going to cut you off. And hopefully that's not going to happen. Oh, and actually this brings me up to one last point, which is Hack Lab strives to be a really inclusive community. We have people from all walks of life here. We have queer people, we have transgendered people, people from different countries and races. Again, please be excellent to each other. If something is happening for any reason which makes you feel unsafe, or which you feel is harassing or highly inappropriate, please come and tell someone. You can talk to someone like myself. You can talk to Jay. Pretty much anyone in an I2P shirt you can talk to. If you tell them something, they'll probably come and tell me. You should come and tell me. And if there's a problem, we don't tolerate bullshit. And I wish I didn't have to give this speech, but unfortunately, bullshit happens sometimes. So, we're not going to sit around and do nothing if somebody is being a jerk towards you. So, please do say something. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the con.
Okay, you're a long-winded type. Yeah. What should we do about it? What can I do about it?
Ask the right person about the internet.
Well, it's my phone. I'm just streaming on Periscope. It's my phone.
Yeah.
All right. What's wrong, audio or the video?
It's freezing.
It's freezing?
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, next, while we work on that, I'd like to invite up Jay to tell us about Toronto crypto. Oh, hey.
Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. This is a couple months worth of work. Toronto Crypto, we started off a few years ago just doing crypto parties. And we kind of saw a huge gap between people who knew about technology and people who were interested but are too scared to touch it. So Toronto Crypto as an organization, as a nonprofit organization, to bring that gap together. We want to make sure privacy technology is understood as how easy it can be to use and apply to their everyday lives. We're really excited to be here. Really appreciate people at Hack Lab hosting the venue. Appreciate I2P coming from all over the place to do this. So our website is torontocrypto.org. Our RSC channel is on OFTC, pound Toronto Crypto. We're going to be helping run a crypto party later on. So you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And don't forget that Hack Lab is nonprofit, so they run on donations. So there's going to be a donation thing here, and also, there is free here, but it costs someone some money to acquire. So please, what? Not allowed to talk about it.
People can donate to the project. You cannot donate for beer. That is one of our programs.
I didn't say. I said they're donating because beer is good.
You're gonna get me fine, Jay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be super quick because I think we're a little behind schedule. So yeah, Toronto Crypto, we're Toronto's privacy advocacy, and our goal is to connect people who know technology to people who are scared to use the technology, because the people in the room have used stuff like Tor, I2P, file encryption stuff. We know that is actually not that complicated, and thanks to advances in user interfaces, we can actually do this correctly now. So yeah, let's help people not get scared and embrace anonymity and privacy. Thank you.